इंडिया न्यूज मंच पे आप सबका फिर से स्वागत है. With me is Syed Nasir Hussain. He is a member of Parliament, Rajya Sabha. Big welcome to you to India News Munch. Of course, there was an energetic session that has just taken place. A lot of arguments, a lot of accusations, counter accusations. So, sir, I'm going to start with you on specific issues, getting answers from you directly. And I will start with your speech that you made in the Parliament just a few days ago about Vande Mataram Rao that has been created after Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke about it. The BJP has accused the first Prime Minister of India of sowing the seeds of partition by cutting out the rest of the 4 stanzas of Vande Mataram. What is the issue?
See, I think the whole issue about Vande Mataram was since Congress and the other opposition parties were asking for a discussion on electoral reforms. Their ego was that they didn't want to give in to the demand of the opposition parties. So they thought they'll bring in their issue which can be discussed first before the electoral reforms are taken up in the parliament. So that's the reason why they brought in Vande Mataram. And coming to the prime accusation of theirs regarding Vande Mataram is that it was Nehru who cut down the stanzas, he gave in to the Muslim League pressure, etc., etc. But the fact is that Hindu Mahasabha, RSS, BJP was not there. So these were nowhere there during the freedom struggle. 1937 CWC meeting which took a decision on this. It was guided by Rabindranath Tagore on the behest of Subhash Chandra Bose. And after getting an opinion from Rabindranath Tagore, it was Mahatma Gandhi who drafted the letter and circulated it before the CWC. So a decision was taken because there were 2 political positions on Vande Mataram, one of the Muslim League, the other of the Hindu Mahasabha. So Congress always tries to take a middle path, and they did it on the advice of Rabindranath Tagore. I think they are not accusing the Congress party or Pandit Nehru. In this case, they are trying to accuse Rabindranath Tagore ji, Subhash Chandra Bose ji and Mahatma Gandhi ji, and also the President of the Constituent Assembly who got it passed in the Constituent Assembly, that is Rajendra Prasad ji and B.R. Ambedkar ji. If they want to accuse these people also, only God only can say them.
Okay. The second issue that has created quite the furore is Manrega scheme. The name has been changed. There has been transformations that have been made in terms of the wages that are being provided. From 100 days to 125 days. This is the big change that the BJP has brought about. The Congress is accusing the BJP of, bringing about disgrace to the Mahatma, because this was a tribute that was given by the Congress when it was in dispensation to name the scheme after Mahatma Gandhi. Why does the Congress have an issue if the name is changed from English to Hindi?
See, I can only say in Hindi, Bapu hum sharminda hain, tere qatil zinda hain. This is not, it was Nathuram Godse who killed him, but BJP is killing him again and again. If they can't tolerate the Bapu of our country, if they want to change the name of the one of the biggest schemes, that is their biggest programs of the government that UP had brought, which India followed it. One is in the name. They have disdain for all the names that were there during the freedom struggle because they want to erase the memories of freedom struggle. They want to do away with the icons of the freedom struggle. That is the reason they keep targeting Nehru, Gandhi, they keep targeting Rabindranath Tagore, Ambedkar and so on and so forth. That is one part of it. Second, what is there in that, it is not just changing the scheme. They are dismantling the entire program itself. Now, it's not a guarantee scheme. Now there's no guarantee of jobs for the poor people. And the poor people don't have a right to ask for jobs, which was provided in the Manrega scheme. Now the owners and the burden of the entire scheme is on the states, not on the center. The reason why they are rushing it now is because the next session is the budget session. They want to cut down the funds that are being provided for in the Manrega scheme to 1/3 so that they save money and spend on the other infrastructure or capital expenditure, whatever they call it. The point here is, 1, this is anti-poor move. 2, it is a move against Mahatma Gandhi. 3, they want to shift the burden from the center to the states. 4, the right to have a job for livelihood in this country for the poor people is being done away.
Okay, I also want to talk to you about another big issue that has been in the attention in the national media and off it as well. This has been an issue that has been raised by the Congress. There are opposition parties across the country that have also supported Congress against the BJP, against the Election Commission, in fact. This is about vote theft. This is about the SIR exercise that was conducted in Bihar, the draft special intensive revision exercise has now been concluded in Tamil Nadu. It has been done in West Bengal. Why is the Congress, why is the DMK, why is India Bloc so against the SIR exercise and against the Election Commission? Are governments in these respective states, whether it is Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, not concerned, worried about illegal immigration that happens?
See, let me tell you the chronology of this entire issue. Vote chori is not just in SIR. If you look at what BJP has been doing, they have been misusing and they have been capturing the institutions, autonomous institutions. They have been misusing these institutions. What happened first? They started with placing governments with the help of the governors where they didn't have a mandate, Goa, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, and so on. Then they started dismantling the elected governments with the help of the governors and with the help of CBI, ED, IT. Then they started splitting party in the case of Maharashtra with the help of CBI, ED, IT. Then came the electoral bonds. The level playing field was not there for the opposition parties because entire money that was collected in electoral bonds was with the help of CBI, ED, IT. Summons goes in the morning. There is money transferred in the form of electoral bonds. There is an raid in the night, early morning by the same company, money is transferred in the electoral bonds. That is how they try to have not to have a level playing field for other parties with the help of funds, with the help of CBI, ED, IT in collecting funds. When all these things were being exposed, they found a new institution that's in the form of Election Commission. They started misusing it. 1, Maharashtra, about 55-60 lakh of voters were added. 2, 25 lakh voters were added in Haryana. 3, 65 lakh voters were deleted in Bihar. Then the whole question is, now somebody may ask, so you took up the issue of SIR, you raised the issue, but then you lost the election. But I would say, when you delete the voters, which would have normally gone to the opposition parties, so we will stand to lose the election. So that's the acquisition. What we are asking is, there should be a level playing field, free and fair elections, all anomalies that are there in the functioning and processing of the Election Commission, that should be weeded out.
Okay. You know, Haryana has been lost by Congress. So was Delhi, Bihar as well, a dismal performance. Now come the South elections, whether it is in Kerala, I spoke about East in West Bengal, talking about Tamil Nadu, big states. What is the strategy? And do you think these issues, including the SIR survey, SIR exercise, is really resonating with the voters?
I'll tell you, winning and losing election is not a big thing for the political parties, whether it is for us, for other political parties. BJP may think that they should always be there in the government. That is not the case in form of, that is not the case for Congress party. We have lost elections, we have won elections, we have made stunning comebacks when people thought we were down and out. We are definitely going to make a comeback. In terms of the coming elections, we have our own strategies. We are trying to put things together. We are trying to put a house together. But opposition parties can win elections only if there are level playing fields and if the government doesn't misuses Election Commission, if it doesn't misuses the autonomous bodies that are there there in the center. If there's a level playing field, I'm sure that there are not only there will be other opposition parties also which will be winning elections in their states.
Syed Nasir Hussain, thank you very much for joining me.